Hi Libra, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your weekly tarot check for April 5th through the 12th for all Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So thank you first of all to everyone who's subscribed and been liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. I really appreciate you, the engagement with my channel, and continuing to connect with you. So thanks for doing that. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified when new videos are posted, which is about every week. So next week I'll be back with a mid-month tarot check, and then later on in the month I'm going to do a seasonal tarot check. That will be the months of May, June, July, and August. So get ready for those too. So here we go for Libra. April 5th through the 12th, all Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra. Here we go. All right, let's see what's going on here for you guys. We're going to go day by day, okay? So the days of the week, and we start off with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the bottom of the deck, you've got the Fool. So interesting reading for you guys. You know, the Fool is all about transformation. It's all about a fresh, brand new, clean slate. It's very fresh, invigorating energy. So I do feel like you're going to be moving on from some things, but what you do move on from, you won't miss. Okay, you're moving on to things that are going to be better for you. You have in this reading, you have Earth, you have air, you have Gemini, you have fire, and you do have Libra through the scales on the Six of Pentacles. So you begin on Sunday with some communication, and it may come out of the blue. It might be communication about, you know, something that's been hidden, like, you know, somebody gets caught doing something. It's something like that, where I feel like you gain information that leads you in a different direction. And I think the information that you get clarifies some things. So if some of you have been in kind of a Two of Pentacles where you've been stuck trying to figure out a decision, you're going to get the information that's needed to make that decision. Now, some of you, it could be work related where, you know, you're kind of not sure if you should stay with a job, or there's been some uncertainty, and that will, again, you're going to go into a very clear direction. Monday, you have the Hanged Man, and this is all about changing your perspective. I think what happens on Sunday, the information and the communication you get changes your perspective, and it's all about surrender to win. This is all about letting go of old ideas so that new things, so that this Fool energy can come forward and bring you to where you want to go. So, you know, I think, you know, with a lot of what's going on in the world, we're learning very quickly that we need to let go of old ideas because the results aren't serving us. And I think for you too, some of you have been caught in this thing where I think there's been definitely some codependency where you've been taking care of somebody here, and it's felt off for a while, like the energy shifted in it, and it's just been difficult to let go of it. But when you do, new things, gifts will be brought in. So nature abhors a vacuum. If I went outside right now and dug a hole in my yard and I just left it for 6 months, in 6 months there wouldn't be a hole there anymore. There would be things in it. It would be, you know, it could be debris, it could be wildflowers that grew. But once you do that, you can't just leave a vacuum. So, you know, when you exit this situation, you can go towards your real heart's desire. So again, you're definitely going to be cutting something out. So this is Tuesday. You have the Ace of Swords. But the thing about the Ace of Swords is that this ace brings new opportunities. You know, swords too, in when the deck was created, the swords represented nobility. The swords are about money too. So while we talk in a modern day about these being, you know, representative of communication, they're also representative of, you know, somebody who has a lot of money, because swords were valuable when the deck was created. It was expensive. The materials were expensive. So not only do I feel like you're getting this communication that brings out the truth, And again, it's more communication. Wow, do you have a week of communication here? I can't say it enough. But you're also going to get some kind of I feel like a new opportunity work-wise, and it's going to bring in money. I think that you are going to see where you can get more creative with your work and bring out your more creative side. And I'm almost seeing like styling something, styling a business or merchandising or something like that, where it's less of the financial end of things and more of the creative aspects. And I think you've been getting that for a while now. So if that's you, it's time to move forward with that because you're being urged ahead. Now, by Wednesday, the communication that you get, I do feel like it brings some balance. I think that if you've been going, am I nuts? Yeah, no, that can't be right. No, that can't be right. If that's you, that is going to be, you're going to be given some finality to it where you go, yeah, that was right. My intuition was right. And the good thing about that is it will lead you to really trust those intuitive nudges. You'll know when you get one of those, I need to go forward with it. It's like expand or become extinct. But in terms of, money, I feel like is going to, in the next couple of weeks, you're going to be getting more security in terms of money, and even maybe noticing like you have more money just because you're not spending it because there's really nowhere to go right now. So on Thursday, you may have a separation, and the energy at least is ripe for a separation and parting ways. It could too be, for some of you, I think you're going to have some work-related stuff where you find out somebody's resigning. I don't think it's you. I don't think you're in danger of being fired or anything like that. But I do think you're going to have a system that needs to downsize, and some of it's just going to happen naturally because there's people that leave, that realize that they are really dreading going back to work when they're called back. They don't want to go back there because it's just not for them. But again, for you, I also think you could be leaving a more mundane kind of a position within the same company to be more part of the creative aspect of things. In terms of a relationship too, I do think you're going to be moving away from somebody. If there's been something that's been very on and off, again, you're moving away from that because you have true love that's coming in. So with this is Gemini here, and this is Friday. And in this card, it is about heaven on earth. It's all about really having your dreams come true. And I feel like as you are able to cut away things that have been, they've been causing heartache, the Three of Swords, they caused you pain. And it's time to move away from them and call in something new because they're out there. I also think you have somebody who is interested, but they've been waiting for you, Libra. They've been waiting for you to be done with this other circumstance because they could tell too it wasn't going anywhere and it just wasn't the right situation. So you are definitely moving on. You've got the Eight of Cups and then the Six of Swords. I mean, this is very clearly moving on, but the good news is you're moving on to something new and better. This is all about investing in yourself. So now would be a great time if you've been eating like garbage the past couple of weeks because it's been disappointing and you've been eating your feelings. Now is the time for you to straighten out your nutrition, make sure you're drinking at least half your body weight in water in ounces every day. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you want to be drinking about 75 ounces a day of water and working out and taking care of yourself. And if you're somebody too that's not been, you've not been showering consistently and putting on regular clothes, do that for yourself. Start getting yourself back into living a fairly normal life. We don't want to be, the person who's on the couch constantly in pajamas all day. That's just not good for your mental health. So you're going to be moving on to higher ground. And by Sunday, though, this is definitely about moving on. But by Sunday, you've definitely clarified where you're going. You have more clarity on the situation. And it's really moving towards balance and harmony. You're going in the right direction. And the person in the back is like a self-help guide. So this could be too that you've got a little bit of time on your hands and maybe you get onto YouTube and start watching, channels that have spiritual teachings. It could be something like that, a self-help book or some type of a self-help journal maybe that you've had lying around and you've just never written anything in it because you haven't had time. But nevertheless, it is a happy journey. You're moving away from something, but you're moving towards a better place. So ultimately, you move to begin anew. And new things are going to be brought forward to you. There's a brand new, fresh energy. Again, I feel like work will be better. Some of the curmudgeons that you've had hanging around who've been unhappy and negative are going to be moved away. And I also think, like I said, for some of you, you've got a new love coming in. And it is going to be like such a breath of fresh air. It's going to be somebody who's much more balanced. They're much more your equal. They're financially stable. And there are a lot of the things that you've wanted, but you just settled for something else. You settled for somebody who didn't have those qualities, and whether they've been in and out or not, I do think they're going to be out. So this is an Abraham Hicks Ask and It Is Given card. Why are they not getting what they're asking for? If people are not receiving what they're asking for, it can only be that the person holding the desire are out of alignment with their own requests. There is no shortage. There is no lack. There is no competition for resources. There is only the allowing or disallowing of that which one is asking for. So that's true. We're not all vying for the same soulmate or the same job or the same house or whatever. So there's enough here for everyone. So I'll be interested to see what happens in your seasonal check, the months of May, June, July, August, that it will be coming up. But for now, next week I'll be back with a mid-month check. And I love you so much, Libra, and I will see you then.